I'm still a baby. If you're still waiting outside, I've got your rising cheeks in front of me, filling the space between my thighs. I roll you up and crack you open. We look like a couple of teens, just hanging back in Holy Ghost and apologizing. If you remember a thing about it, tell me that it's not right, or even say that. If you remember a thing that I said, spare me all the details, send me all the details. If you remember a thing about it, show me all the play-by, or even say that I don't remember a thing. I say they can't believe they're right. Look what these mountain teeth have gotten me. I bite someone else's knife, just pulling up and barely knowing you shouldn't have to repeat. Tonight we watch a holy show and a silent short starring me. If you remember a thing about it, tell me that it's not right, or even say that. If you remember a thing that I said, spare me all the details, send me all your details. If you remember a thing about it, show me all the play-by, or even say that I don't remember a thing. Oh, it's that last time I'll have this all inside, have this all about it, you too. Oh, it's that gaslight till after 45, showed up and you only find my tell me that it's not by what I even said.
Hello and welcome to Live Out Loud. We're coming to you live from the National Opera House in Wexford. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And a huge thank you to Pillow Queens for opening the show. They'll be back again later with more music and some chats. Now, tonight is a celebration of LGBTI plus young people from all over Ireland. Throughout the show, you're going to see tons of young people telling us their stories of living out loud through a load of creative ways. Poetry, music, rap, spoken word, and even dance. These young people will be performing on this very stage, but also coming from the Hugh Lane Gallery in Dublin, the National Library, and the National Photographic Archive in Temple Bar, Dublin. The Live Out Loud campaign called on LGBTI plus young people to submit stories of how they felt visible, valued, and meaningfully included in Irish culture, society, and sport. Before we throw the stage open to them, I'm honoured to introduce the Minister for Children, Equality, Disability, Integration and Youth. Please welcome Minister Roderick O'Gorman.
Good evening, everyone. It's my absolute pleasure to be here in the stunning surroundings of our National Opera House in Wexford for what promises to be a magnificent celebration of our LGBTI plus young people as the culmination of the Live Out Loud campaign. I would like to welcome all of you watching this live stream, whether it be at home or abroad, with your friends, or sitting on the sofa with your family. A central part of Pride Week is coming together as a community, and we are all hopeful we can be together in person before too long to celebrate in our towns and cities across Ireland again. We launched the Live Out Loud campaign last October with a call for stories that honour and celebrate people who positively contribute to Irish society in their everyday lives by championing the experience of young people in the LGBTI plus community. LGBTI plus young people responded to this call in numbers far exceeding our own expectations. We've received songs, poems, spoken word pieces, dance performances and artwork showing how young people feel about being LGBTI plus in Ireland today. You should all be incredibly proud of your submissions, for you've truly shown the value of LGBTI plus youth across Irish culture, society and sport. In recent times, giant strides have been made towards equality in Ireland, and it is you, the young people, who are the driving force behind that change. Do not ever underestimate how valuable you, as LGBTI plus young people, are to this country. Ireland is a nation that celebrates all LGBTI plus people for who they are in all their diversity. In doing so, we stand in solidarity with members of the LGBTI plus communities in countries where we see laws passed based on hatred and bigotry, laws that reinforce prejudice against LGBTI plus people. We need to keep fighting for the equal rights for all and send a strong message that there is no room for discrimination and the voices of LGBTI plus people will not be silenced. I want to take this opportunity to thank every single person who contributed, not only to the show here tonight, but also for your contributions across the entire Live Out Loud campaign. It has been truly inspiring to see the depth of talent and how you have been visible, valued and included. These are all enormous positives to be highlighted on what is a special night of celebration and provides us with another reason for us all to live out loud. I know that representation matters in our community, and growing up in Ireland in the 80s and 90s, it would have meant a lot to me to see more people from our community who are openly LGBTI plus on TV, performing music like Pillow Queens or involved in sport or politics. I'm absolutely delighted to be here as Minister, but also as a member of the LGBTI plus community. I'm incredibly proud to be part of your community and to celebrate here with you all tonight. Thanks also to everyone involved in the production, performers, producers, directors, everyone who helped us here at the National Opera House, everyone behind the scenes, backstage, lights, camera. Thank you all for allowing us to celebrate here tonight. And finally, thanks to you watching at home. Your constant support and encouragement is what allows events like this to flourish. I will now leave you in the very capable hands of the Terence MacSweeney Community College from Cork. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Coming through Rainbow Crew, Alphabet Mafia, breaking down that hate, we're not having that. We got struggles that we all go through, but LGBT got double to do. We know it's not always safe. Wanna make this world a better place. Stand up, speak up, don't have to feel afraid. Live out loud, you don't have to be ashamed. Stand up, speak up, we've got pride. Love is love, no need to hide. We can't change, we are who we are. Allies help us reach for the stars. Friends, family and teachers too need your support to help us be true. You'll never regret being kind. Can't you just keep an open mind? Stand up, speak up, don't have to feel afraid. Live out loud, you don't have to be ashamed. Stand up, speak up, we've got pride. Love is love, no need to hide. Stand up, speak up, don't have to feel afraid. Live out loud, you don't have to be ashamed. Stand up, speak up, we've got pride. Love is love, no need to hide.
The future is bright cause we're gonna make a change. If you've got a problem then we'll pave the way. We don't need your stereotypes, just leave us be to live our own lives.
This is the last thing that we're gonna say. Just do you, it's okay to be gay. Stand up, speak up, don't have to feel afraid. Live out loud, you don't have to to be ashamed. Stand up, speak up, we've got pride. Love is love, no need to hide. Stand up, speak up, don't have to feel afraid. Live out loud, you don't have to be ashamed. Stand up, speak up, we've got pride. Love is love, no need to hide.
There have been days when I have laid in that bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering where that song went and who it sang to after it left. I heard it crested that mighty mountain, was crushed beneath its mighty wind, felt its mighty grasp as all the others all ran past and leapt. And I stood, stuck at the edge, looking at all the lights of the city, feeling their feigned pity against me for what I stood for, which was not high or great. I felt such weight, and it crushed me daily. But that song I'd hear in waves, flashes and fires of passionate heat, and I'd see your face and kiss your cheek and stop to write a verse. You looked at me queerly, this boy showing such fear, pausing midnight looked to write a song about love and wondering if he ever felt it or knew where to look. And I still showed fear to these giants intimidating, casting shadows and speculating at, looking at how we lived and how little we did, and surely they would feel enraged in this day and age. It terrified me, knowing that I'd be late to the dance and have to put in effort just to pass and just to match the expectations of the past. And I still showed fear, wondering where it went when it flew by Whitman and Rimbaud and kissed the wild cheek, and while he sat in the gutter and hoping that I could one day be so bold. I am lying, here I sit, wondering if I'd ever hear it again. Stand through the pain and fear, allow my eyes to dawn crystal clear, show me the path I need to take, show me that north, that south, that east and west, take this beating pain and rip it from my chest, and let me see, just to hear it be, but how could I dare be me? When these giants have reached heights I will never reach. Maybe they strove for different mountain peaks. Maybe it's different. I can hear it, that song softly again, singing with my heart, be unafraid to see that Whitman and Cocteau were afraid to be, and that beauty they became that caused them giants made was that despite this fear, they had chosen to be. I am beautiful and I am broken. But I will no longer be unspoken. I will find that song, or I will make my own, and we will dance that night till that morning light comes bursting through, and I will see you. And I will think to myself, dulce et decorum est, amare. I am lying, here I sit. Losing my thoughts to the silence in my head. Because I know now what it means to hear my soft heart softly beating, and I can hear it say, I will be me.
Welcome back to the National Opera House for Live Out Loud. Now, I want to tell you something about those two acts that you just saw. The first, the rap group from Terence McSweeney Community College in County Cork. They wrote and produced that rap themselves. It was so good. They're 16 and 17 years of age, and they performed it in the National Photographic Archive in Dublin. Secondly, Jack, a 23-year-old biomedical student from County Kildare. He wrote that poem and performed it in the National Library Reading Room. Stunning location, and it's all about living authentically as himself and also inspired by LGBTI plus icons who have come before him and lived out loud themselves. Now come on over here. I am joined by two very inspirational people. Niamh, Owen, thank you so much for coming here to the National Opera House. My gaff, I live here. I don't, I swear. It's just nice to get out of the house, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
the year that we've had. You guys do incredible work. You're from the National LGBTI plus Youth Forum. So can you tell me what exactly is that, Niamh?
So we are a group of young people aged 16 to 24 who are basically responsible for overseeing the implementation of the LGBTI plus National Youth Strategy, which was launched in 2018.
And can you tell us a bit, Owen, about the work that you've done personally since you've been involved?
So the Youth Forum has developed multiple campaigns, such as the Live Out Loud campaign, which we're celebrating here now, and also a leadership programme for young LGBT people to find their voices and speak out for what they believe in, and helping them develop skills and network with other young people in the community.
Which is so important at that age, just to not feel alone. Mm-hmm. It's so major. Can you tell us about maybe the personal journey that you've been on, Niamh, since you've joined, and why you feel it's so important to be part of something like this for yourself and what you've gained from it?
Yeah, I suppose growing up, I didn't have many gay role models. A lot of people my age didn't. It's very isolating to kind of grow up and not see many people around you who are like you, and to be different from all your peers, your family. So now that I get to be that role model, I'm in a platform where I can kind of
look at you and go,
people
oh my
can
God,
see
that's
me.
me.
And, yeah, exactly. And kind of being able to realize that that could be them.
Yeah.
And know that there is a future where they could be in that position to implement actual policies in the country that can help people like you.
I get a feeling that, maybe 10-year-old you, Niamh, would be looking at you now going, whoa.
Exactly.
Whoa.
So cool.
Why do you think it's so important to have a national LGBTI plus youth forum?
All the policies that are being influenced by this forum are for the young LGBT community in Ireland. And I think in the past, voices of the youth have been disregarded and seen as like, young people don't know what's good for them. By the older generations, not calling anyone out.
You just called out an entire generation. I love it.
But and that goes double for LGBT people.
Yeah.
Our voices have always been disregarded and seen as invalid. And now that that's changing, it's important that we involve people who these policies will directly affect and change their lives and make sure they're involved in that.
Yeah, and feel valid. That is the main thing.
Yeah.
Feel valid. And it's so incredible that the work that you guys do, and also just young people all across Ireland right now. They're changing the future for LGBTI plus people for generations to come. So thank you so much to you guys. And also, can you please say a big, massive thank you to everyone else in the Youth Forum as well, because we wouldn't be here today without them. Next up, I'm so excited for this. So we got the submission in from LGBTI plus members of Feroiga. They teamed up with Subset to create a stunning mural on Camden Street. Trust me, if you get the opportunity to see this in person, go to it. It is incredible. And here is the journey to getting it done.
We want to tell the story of the mural, and we want to show how you guys helped make it happen. This is your time to talk to the artist, to get everything that you feel the mural should represent, and to get those ideas out there.
We're looking for your ideas to go into the mural to, I suppose, direct Katrina in her artistic endeavours.
This is from your experience. So it's your turn, your time to kind of raise your voice, live out loud, and get involved in the campaign.
I just feel like pastel colours, like anything pastel, like purple, blue, pink, any of that is kind of nice.
the idea of like a forest, because it's in the middle of a forest, you're going to have insects, it could be bees, and then we could get the colours in.
And I think it'd be nice if it was in nature, because people see it as such an unnatural thing to be part of the LGBTQ community, but it's as natural as being straight or as being cisgender.
I have a quick idea. Do you know the symbol that is all three, the male, female, and then the non-binary one? The three symbols together.
That's so pretty.
That's really well done.
It's brilliant.
I'm
so vibrant.
I love the hairstyle choice.
Yeah.
I'm amazed, honestly. I didn't know what I was expecting, but this is just, I'm in awe. It's beautiful.
I like being a part of the Feroga LGBT group because it gives me like a home. It lets me know that there are other LGBT people in my area across the country, and it lets me know that I'm not alone.
I think it's important to have a mural like this because it kind of shows people that it's okay to be part of the LGBTI community, and it takes away that stigma.
I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but if you'd like a little bit of my advice, stay away from me. Stay away from me. I gave my heart to someone not too long ago. They put it in a bag and then they hit the road. It left me feeling empty. Left me feeling empty. I lost the part of me that wants to fall in love. I've fallen one too many times and now I'm too tired to have to pick myself back up. It's gonna take a lot to turn me around so I can never love her again. Although I try my best to want you, my heart is just a vacuum, vacuum, the vacuum, the vacuum. The vacuum, vacuum. Now I still wanna feel a little human touch, 'cause nothing quite compares to that kind of a rush. I'm always trying to find it, but there's nothing really like it. So when I need a lover, I get in disguise. My pupil swallows all the color in my eyes, but it's just inflated. Only gonna throw a dart into it. Maybe this time I'll feel that flutter in my chest, and something can ignite inside and make my heart and my body finally reconnect. It's gonna take a lot to turn me around so I can never love again. Although I try my best to want you, my heart is just a vacuum, vacuum, the vacuum. The vacuum, the vacuum, the vacuum, vacuum, vacuum. I'll take your love, I'll take your touch. Maybe this time won't be too much. I breathe you in and I blow them out. Breathe you in and I blow them out. I'll take your love, all of your time. Just promise that you'll be mine. I think I'm nearly ready now. Turn me around so I can never love again. My heart is just a vacuum, vacuum, you know my heart is a vacuum, baby. You know my heart is a vacuum.
It's the year 1993, and homosexuality has just been decriminalized. Lovers and friends come together, breathing through their loud, heavy cries, finally tasting the air. The Ireland of their dreams is finally here. Now fast forward to 98, I'm just a young babe, just fresh out the womb, my mother. A young girl trying to navigate her way through parenthood, unaware of the doctor's mistake. Instead of being two premature little girls, there was one young babe who found themselves beyond the binary, beyond the tick yes for female, beyond the tick yes for male. Instead, a babe who finds themselves in the box marked other. Now fast forward again to the clothes that don't fit right. Fast forward to wanting to be like other boys. Fast forward to my boy-girl self saying goodbye to the girl part of myself. Fast forward to the boy going to his first safe space. Fast forward to the boy falling in love with another boy. Fast forward to the heartache. Fast forward to the new love and new discoveries. And fast forward to marriage equality. To saying yes, to finally wearing your rainbows on the outside and wearing it for those who can't. And to our predecessors who fought for our yes, the Ireland of our dreams and your dreams are here, and they will stay here. Now fast forward to the now and the ever growing, to the more loving and accepting nation, to the grassroots fighters, the poets, the writers, the teachers, the working classes, the artists, and to the everyone in between. We will continue to fight for the Ireland of our dreams until all our voices are seen.
Thank you so much to Rory and Jack there. Rory, your passion is palpable, absolutely incredible, so beautiful, and it just shows how far we've come as a country over the years. And I know it's about you, but I think everybody will relate to that. And Jack as well, as you can tell with his song Vacuum, his influences are the likes of Lady Gaga, Madonna, David Bowie. And that is one dinner party I would love to be at. So thank you so much to the guys. Now, I told you they would be back. Pillow Queens, you need no introduction. Thank you so much for coming here today.
Thanks for having us. Delighted to be here.
Oh, there's so much I want to catch up on, but we don't have the time, so we'll do that later. But why is it important for you guys to be here today and be part of something like Live Out Loud?
I guess we ourselves are, people look at us and be like, oh, they represent their community, and I think that's why we're here today, is because we're very proud to represent a queer Irish community. And if people think that we're doing a good job, then I hope they're right.
Good. Wonderful. You're doing a wonderful job, trust me. How do you feel being part of the LGBTIQ plus community has shaped you as artists, Sarah? How do you think?
I think we're incredibly proud. I think Pillow Queens as a four-piece, when we got together, it was important to us that we were representing queer young people. We wanted to have a band like us to look up to when we were young, so it's really nice that we can be that for certain people. So yeah, I think the pride identity is very important to us.
That's really interesting. Have you found, your audience saying those things to you? Oh my God, like I never knew that I would have a band like this in my life for that reason.
Absolutely. After every gig, really, we have someone will come up and say something really beautiful.
We'll cry.
And I know. It's really emotional. But like we've had like parents come up to gigs and just being like, I think my kid might be gay, and like we're just so happy to know that they have someone to represent or to look up to.
100%. We talked about it, obviously, shaping the music in that way. Do you kind of remember, I guess, growing up and the bands that you kind of listened to and not finding what you wanted within that sort of world because of that?
Yeah. I think like we had certain figures that we looked up to, obviously. I think you seek them out. You try and find somebody who represents you.
And you cling on to them.
Cling on to it.
For dear life.
I think that's
no matter what they do, it's always good.
You're mine.
Totally though, like I know we always reference like Tegan and Sarah, but like for myself, when I found Tegan and Sarah, I'm like, oh my God.
Closer, all that.
Totally, yeah. And it just opened up a whole other world to me and the girls, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And have you noticed it? Because we're talking today, and we were talking obviously with people from the youth forum, just about the journey that this country has been on over the years. Have you noticed it changing yourselves and the rapid sort of conversations that have happened and just moved the country on to a point now where we can live out loud?
Absolutely. I mean, just yesterday I was home, like where I grew up, and I passed my primary school and they're flying a pride flag outside, and I was like, if this was when I was young, I would have been way more comfortable in myself. So it's incredible that young people can grow up now in an environment that supports them.
Mm-hmm. And I guess, where's the music going to go? What's going to happen? We've had a year of shutdown and all this sort of stuff, but you were like, no, I'm not taking any notice of that. I'm going on James Corden and I'm going to do all this extra stuff as well. What's the next year ahead? What are you guys looking forward to?
All of it. It's going to be busy. Like we're already writing the second album, which we hope to record in the next couple of months. But then we've got a tour in November and December, UK and Ireland. And then I think next year is going to be
off to the
across
States.
the water.
Yeah.
And then world domination.
Exactly.
That's the plan.
I said it there, you fly the flag so proudly and so big, even from just having a song called Gay Girls on Irish radio is absolutely wonderful. And I myself, as a queer person growing up, that would have just been so wonderful to see. So thank you so much for coming here, guys. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on everything.
Thanks for having me.
And they will be back a little bit later on, so don't be going anywhere. They will be closing out the show with one final performance. I'm so excited for that. Now, sport is obviously a massive part of so many people's lives in this country, LGBTI plus people included. For me, growing up, I played football and was one of the reasons why I guess I didn't come out till quite late, because that sort of heteronormative environment that I was involved in kind of pushed me back, which was such a shame, because sport is something that should bring people together. Take a look at this.
Hello, my name is Andrew Borcannon.
I'm Connor. My name is Aoife Cook.
My name is Jason Ryan.
Hello, my name is Karina.
Hi everyone, my name is Carl Shannon.
Hi, my name is Janelle and I play football.
I absolutely love sport and I always regretted dropping out as a teenager. And I do often tie this in with my sexuality and the discomfort I felt.
I've always been very involved with Gan hurling, but when I was about 15, maybe 16, I definitely started to lose a sense of identity, and I did end up leaving, and it definitely is one of my biggest regrets.
From around 9 years old, I took up the sport, baton twirling. It hasn't always been easy though. It's a female dominated sport and the bullies picked up on that, and they bullied me for that reason. However, it didn't stop me.
Sport should be a space where you feel completely at ease with yourself, where you feel safe and where you have fun with people around you.
When I joined an LGBTQ club, I felt that not only did I join a club, but I joined a community.
I currently play with the LGBT plus team here in Galway, Chapsula Strikes. This is a mixed gender team and it's open to people of any gender and any experience level.
Being physically active has so many benefits for our physical and mental well-being. So if you're struggling to either get involved or to stay involved in sport and physical activity, I'd really encourage you to stay engaged.
I feel sport is generally overwhelmingly supportive and that it can sometimes get a bad rep.
Ever since coming out as transgender, I've found it great to have a non-gendered space where I can go and meet up with friends and get together to kick a football around.
For the future of Irish sport in regards to inclusivity, I believe it's a positive one as more and more athletes come out and become role models for younger kids.
Visibility is the biggest tool that we have, and I'm proud to show that not only do we exist, but that we can excel.
It's an absolutely wonderful space, and we have to remember that everyone is equal and that we deserve to have our space in sport as well. It's just as important for us as it is for the next person.
And do remember, sport is for everybody, no matter what age you are, and sport is definitely for you.
Take that jump, take that leap, it's definitely going to be worth it.
And if you need any support to get involved in sports or to stay in sport, don't hesitate to reach out to someone. So take care.
I think you need to get over yourself. Your rationality is starting to melt. So won't you get a grip and watch what you say? And please will you get out of my way? I'm not as stupid as you think. There's nothing wrong with being me. I'm not gonna sit and be a caricature. Where's the fun that you're so tall when you raise your voice? Does it make you feel good in front of the boys? 'Cause all I see is talk and not enough walk. Are you compensating for the size of your... I'm not as stupid as you think. There's nothing wrong with being big. I'm not gonna sit and be a caricature. Where's the fun in being pure? Something I can't say. Well, I'll sing it anyway. You're facing disaster. Whose approval are you after? So toxic, robotic. I can't believe you bought it. Clone culture, swing poacher. Do you have enough weights on your sculpture? I'm so tired, I'm so tired. Go away! Go away! I'm not as stupid as you think. There's nothing wrong with being big. I'm not gonna sit and be a caricature. Where's the fun in being pure? I'm not that stupid. 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 'Cause I'm not that stupid.
My name is Marty Pawlak. I'm 18. I'm an LGBT activist. I'm originally from Poland, but I live here in Dublin. I've been involved in activism pretty much all my life before I even knew what activism was. When I was about 13, I was, challenging my classmates whenever they said anything that was remotely homophobic. I was, during the marriage referendum, I was arguing with my neighbors who had painted "Vote No" on their faces. So I've been involved in it for a long time, but I probably started getting involved in proper, groundwork activism when I was around 16. At that point, I was like, okay, you know what? I am gay, so I need to help other gay people around me because I have the privilege to be like this. I have the privilege to live outly, but not everyone has that, and I think that's wrong. So recently, I ran an event as part of the Stand for Something campaign. It was called LGBT Culture, History and Rights in Europe. And I spoke with LGBT activists from Poland, from Malta. I spoke with a politician from Hungary, as well as Maria Walsh, the MEP, and we had some really great conversations about how we can stand together, what still needs to be done in individual countries, and what still needs to be done in Europe as a whole, and how we can support and stand in solidarity with each other. Reflecting on how I view LGBT activism was a big thing, and I realized that I needed to look at it from different perspectives and not just the perspective I've been looking at it from. That was my big takeaway from it. Calling myself an LGBT activist sometimes feels wrong because when I think of LGBT activists, I look at all the people that were there before me, all the people that have done so much. They organized protests, they were at the very forefront, and sometimes it feels like, I'm taking away from that by calling myself that because I haven't done as much. But I suppose as time goes on and as I do more, because I really hope to do as much as I can for the LGBT community, the term LGBT activist will probably it'll become more normal for me. The one thing I would say to young Irish people who want to get involved in LGBT activism is that you should follow LGBT activists amongst other activists. You can follow me on Marty Does Politics, and there you can message me. I will always be able to give you some pointers on what you can do. I can always point you to other activists who are doing stuff. There's always something you can do. You can always spread awareness even though it doesn't feel like much. You can always write an email to your TD about the current thing. Just knowing more is helping, even if it doesn't seem like it. I also think that community is a big thing in LGBT people's lives, and it always has been. So standing in solidarity with the communities from Poland or from Hungary or from any country in the world at all, I think that will help them as well, because community is always going to be there for you, and it's been like that for every marginalized group in the world.
sun has left and forgotten me. It's dark, I cannot see. Why does this rain pour down? I'm gonna drown in a sea of deep confusion. Somebody told me, I don't know who. Whenever you are sad and blue, and you're feeling all alone and left behind, just take a look inside you and you'll find you gotta hold on through the night. Hang on, things will be alright, even when it's dark and not a bit of sparkling seeds of sunshine from above, spreading rays of sunny love. Just hang on to the vine, stay on. Soon you'll be divine. If you start to cry, look up to the sky. Something's coming up ahead to turn your tears to dew instead. And so I hold on to this advice: when change is hard and not so nice, if you listen to your heart the whole night through, your sunny someday will come one day soon too.
A huge thanks to Pure Grand and Sheila Noonan for their performances there. Pure Grand is a young singer-songwriter from Dublin who wrote the song Pink to be an anthem calling on young people to embrace themselves and to not try just fit in. I can definitely hear the Three Arena calling your name soon. We also saw the powerhouse that is the LGBTI plus activist Marty Powlak. I don't know about you, but I want to be Marty when I grow up. Be sure to follow Marty and her work on Instagram, Marty Does Politics. Finally, we had Sheila Noonan, who choreographed and performed her piece in the sculpture hall of the Hugh Lane Gallery, Dublin, with her friends. Her dance tells the story of how she came out to her mates and how they accepted her for who she was. I know it's the end of June, but I think I'm getting goosebumps. Anyway, that performance was absolutely gorgeous, and thank you to our friends in the Hugh Lane Gallery for their hospitality. Can you believe we're coming to an end? It's been a whirlwind, from rap to spoken word, murals and interpretive dances and so much more. The show is truly one of a kind, and what a journey it's been. We've come such a long way as a country. We still have so far to go, but I can safely say I'm unbelievably proud of all the brave young people who are truly living out loud. Personally, I think if I saw a show like this when I was younger, it would have done a world of good for me, so I'm so proud of everyone involved. And thanks to all the amazing young people that sent us in submissions and everyone who performed for this show. Also thanks to our special guests, Pillow Queens, Owen and Neve from the LGBTI Plus Forum, and of course, Minister Roderick O'Gorman. A bit emotional. Closing this out, I wish we had time for more, but the show will be up on the RTE Player next week, so be sure to check it out to relive this monumental night. Thank you for watching. I hope it's given anyone who needs to find the courage to live out loud. So for the last time tonight, please welcome back to the stage the incredible Pillow Queens.
Someday you have my head, you have my head on a silver plate. Someday you have my head, you have my head on a silver plate. Oh, spread me over the liffey and sing me off to sleep. I wanna take you with me to wash and dry your feet. I'd love to start it again. I wish you would follow the word and save some face with something good. physical loss, the last